What up, y'all? This is time for Double Vision. Check it out. This is another Double Vision one, motherfuckers. Let's be right in here. Remember, always check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. This is Double Vision. Double Vision is we're picking a topic, one of us is their say, and we pass it to the next person. Topic this week, Joe, is what is something that you've either read, watched, looked at, anything. What is there something out there in life? There's got to be something where you thought, I could do that. It would be so much better if it did this. You know what I mean? So we did a recording session, and we were talking. We had trying to figure out some topics to do, some brainstorming, if you will. We was going to town with it. But I mentioned one that I can't see. This is what's trouble about doing shows drunk, is I can't remember if we did do this, but I don't believe we did. I think we axed it. Nonetheless, so what I was discussing was there's so many movies out there and so much shit that I've seen, like comics and movies and books that I've read or whatever, that I was like, man, if they did this, or this, it would have been so much better if they would just change a little bit. It would have been fucking amazing, right? And I can't remember what Joe's response to that was, so that's why I'm doing this. So I'm about to lay down what I would change. I mean, if you listen to the DC show, you heard that I would change some shit about Justice League to make it better. But this saga that I want to redo, if you will, is prequels of Star Wars. So, I mean, all I had to really say was prequels. Everybody knew what the fuck I was talking about, right? Well, let's hope so. So, Star Wars prequels is the ones. There's so much. If I would have done, if George Lucas would have done something a little bit different, it would have been cooler. And here it goes. This is my take on Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. You can still have them all the same titles, because Revenge of the Sith has a dope ass title. I mean, there's not much in that movie I would change, but there's a few things. So let's dive right in. So what I would change right off the rip of Phantom Menace is Qui-Gon has an apprentice that's not Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan is a master, with his apprentice is Anakin Skywalker, right? So you start the movie off, 2 Jedi Knights, two apprentices going to meet, like Lucas did, Newt Gunray, because of the fucking blockade shit, right? So you have, but first, this is what I would do. That's my first thing, is change that in Phantom Menace. So Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are masters, and are sent on this mission with both their apprentices. Obi-Wan's apprentice, Anakin Skywalker. Qui-Gon's apprentice, whoever the fuck, right? Ahsoka Watano. Now that would be tight. But no. So they go to Gunray. He tries to kill all 4 of them. Doesn't succeed. The same thing happens. They fucking split back to Coruscant. They gotta go tell the fucking them about this fucking blockade and shit, because this is the start of the separatist movement. I get that point where Lucas was getting at. I get that at that point, so I would keep that in. But like I said, that would be it. So they're on their way to Coruscant. And Coruscant, Newt Gunray sends a bounty hunter to kill these fucking 4 Jedis. A bounty hunter who's done killed Jedis before, Jango Fett. So you have him right in episode 1 instead of waiting to episode 2. So and that's how they get to fucking Tatooine. Fett fucking Gunray tells Sidious that Fett is on their tail and he's tracking them, and Sidious says, "When they arrive to Tatooine, let me know, Gunray." And then fucking, they go, and Jango Fett does something to disable the fucking ship. They fucking crash land somewhere in Tatooine, not too far from fucking Mos Eisley, just like in fucking thing. So then Jango fucking has a battle with them, with all 4 of them, but he loses. They don't kill him, but he loses, and they go, and Qui-Gon's like, "Well, we must need supplies." And then Obi-Wan's like, "Yes, you're right, we do need supplies. But we've been attacked. We need someone to stay behind." "Okay, I'll stay behind." I can't do Liam Neeson's voice. I can do like Sean Connery voice. So so this is Liam Neeson as Sean Connery as Qui-Gon Jinn. "Well, if someone's gonna stay behind, I say it's me." So then the Jedi Masters decide that it would be a good training lesson if the fucking apprentices went to Mos Eisley to get whatever fucking parts they needed to Jango disable, right? So they go, because since they've been attacked, they feel like the only way to get the fuck out of here, they don't have no way to call the Republic for some reason. Maybe that's how Django did or something, I don't know. There's a reason why they can't, they got to get these parts before they fucking go there. Okay, so they go. And then after Django's already been defeated, so he's got to call Gunray. He's like, I need backup, you know, like the Jedi beat me, and make up some shit. And they're like, oh, Django, I thought you were the best one. It's another writer here. And he's just like, listen here, I'm Django Fett. I'm the best you got, and I don't care. Right? That's because Django Fett, the actor, is a New Zealander. So Australian and New Zealander are the same. Okay? Sorry. So anyways, so Django calls Newt Gunray, and Gunray calls Sidious, and Sidious is like, I will send someone. And that's when Darth Maul first shows up. He comes to assist Django Fett. So then you have the fucking battle, the showdown. You know, but it'd be Django and Darth Maul against Qui-Gon, and you know, when Anakin and them are getting back, because Anakin and them are delayed. Because Anakin, the best way Anakin can get the parts that he needs is he's got to win the fucking pod race, right? And the only way for Anakin and Qui-Gon's apprentice to get the parts is if they fucking pod race. Anakin has to pod race. He's like, I can do it. And, you know, he does some bet, and the other apprentice is like, you shouldn't have done that. Blah blah blah. It's tempting. It's tempting to the dark side. Blah blah blah. And Anakin's like, I can do it. And that's when Anakin's, you know, he's starting to switch over a little bit in the dark, you know, not mad, but like the prideful, the prideful shit of the dark side, right? So then that happens, and Anakin wins. They do the pod race. He wins. Fucking comes back, when they're coming back to fucking the good news, Darth Maul and Django is attacking Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. And they're like, and then they jump into action too. So they got 4 lightsabers against the fucking one, against the pew 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 pew. Django Fett, pew pew, shooting rockets, pew 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 pew. Okay, so fucking. You know, they're doing that shit. So Qui-Gon's like, get to the ship now! Get started! We'll be there! They're like, Master, I said now! Yes, Master! Boom! Installing it. It's like a fucking race against time, because they gotta install this before their masters get killed, and before their masters get killed, they gotta fucking get to Coruscant, so everybody knows that fucking the separatists are becoming separatists, and they're being controlled by someone that they don't know. And they see the lightsaber now, they know the Sith are here, right? They get back to Coruscant, okay? Get back to Coruscant. And they decide that the little Mos Eisley thing was a pretty good test for the Jedi Padawan apprentices, blah blah blah. We'll see about you being a master and blah 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 and all that shit. And they're like, yes, Master. And Anakin's pissed. So the 2 apprentices leave, so Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan could get the briefing to the Jedi Council. But Anakin's pissed. He's like, that was bullshit. We did, for what I did, we saved, you know, we saved our masters. We saved the fucking, we helped tell the fucking, that the bad shit's coming, you know, and he's a little pissed about that, so he's disgruntled. So there's more of the dark side coming out in Anakin. Okay, so then the Jedi Council gets there, they get the news from fucking Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. They decide, well, we gotta fucking do it some more. So okay, so Anakin and them, they fucking tell the Jedi all this shit. Then to go back to Naboo, the fucking Jedi, the two Jedi masters. But you know, the Jedi aren't an army, and the fucking Republic doesn't have an army yet. The clones ain't born yet. The clones will be born in the second one still. I would still do that. So, yeah, anyways. So the first one, yeah, so the Jedi have to send Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan with their apprentices back, try to stop Newt Gunray and all them from becoming, to help divide the, you know, Republic and become this superpower or whatever themselves and take on the Republic and destroy the Jedi and blah, 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 woody whoop. Alright, so they send them. There's shit going on, because that's where Darth Maul is now, because it's Emperor sent him, and Django Fett is back with them because he works for the Newt Gunray and them, and fucking Darth Maul is there because Emperor Palpatine sent him. You know, that is not Emperor yet, but Darth Sidious sent him. So Jedi, there's only 4 Jedi, right? They're sneaking around. It's just like they go to Naboo because the Separatists are there, and they're trying to stop the Separatists from becoming Separatists and create a big fucking, you know, civil war, which eventually happens, and that's the Clone Wars. So when they get to fucking Naboo, since there's only 4 fucking Jedi, they decide to help. They decide to enroll the the people, the indigenous people of Naboo, starting with the Gungans. And that's another big thing I would change. Jar Jar Binks would still be in it, and so would all the other Gungans. The thing is, they would be like warriors, like hardened warriors, like someone, a race that you could believe in that could help defeat an army that's above theirs. But they'd still be primitive. They'd be like primitive, but like the Ewoks, but like more harder. You know what I mean? So they enroll the Gungans and of course the Nabooians anyways, and that's like the big deal. It's just like in the fucking Phantom Menace I would have, with the Gungans like, fuck you Nabooians, you guys are fucking rich, high class bullshit, whatever, you know what I mean? So I'd keep that, and that's what would make them, it'd be difficult for them, and that's where Padme, because Padme, you meet Padme in this at some point in time, probably the beginning, and that's why fucking Anakin falls for her, and I would still keep Padme and Anakin, Luke and Leia's fucking parents. So they do that shit, and then fucking, then there's the war. So when they're on there, it leads up to the war on Naboo, between the Gungans and the Nabooians versus fucking the trade and the droids, and that's what I'd keep too. I'd keep the fucking droids and all that shit. So keep all that shit, and then fucking, and then the Jedi face off against Maul and Jango. And during the battle, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and fucking Anakin and them fight the two villains, Jango and fucking... I'd end up having it where at the end of it, basically, fucking Anakin and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and the other apprentice against Jango Fett. And that would have them switch like that, because then Darth Maul would kill Qui-Gon. If he kills Qui-Gon, it makes Anakin go more to the dark side. And see, the takeaway from at the end of Phantom Menace is Anakin's going to get farther into the dark side in the second one, and then full-blown dark side in the third one. Right? That's how we do it. A little bit in the first, more in the second, full-blown in the third. So he's defeated by Maul. Obi-Wan and the apprentice beat Jango, and the fucking Darth Maul steps in to fucking try to take them out too, but because Maul, and that's another thing, Darth Maul would stay all the way through this trilogy, and the change that I would make. So Anakin is mad at the end of this movie because he lost the fight to Maul and caused the death of a Jedi Master. And they go back to Coruscant. The Gungans and the Nabooians win, so that causes the retreat, but the Jedi lose. The war, the battle is won, but the war is lost, right? That type of deal. So, and they go back to Coruscant, debrief before the Jedi Council, and that's when the Jedi decide that Anakin and the other apprentice are able to go and become climb the ranks and no longer apprentices, but are Jedi Knights, right? So at the end of the movie, they become Jedi Knights because they went through the trials and tribulations of fighting Darth Maul and all that. And then, of course, the Jedi, you'd have to see the Jedi when they're burning fucking Qui-Gon's body again at the end, but it'd be Obi-Wan, Mace, and Yoda, and they're like, dark side wielder, you did? And Mace Windu would be like, yeah, motherfucker, did you see a double-bladed lightsaber? That's my Sam Jackson impression. So, and Obi-Wan, and they say, yes, I did. And he looks towards Qui-Gon's body. The flames are going. See that? You see the fucking Qui-Gon's body flash back to Obi-Wan. It was terrifying. And that leads into Attack of Clones. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to pass it to Joe. Again, the topic this week, Joe, is what is something that you've either read, watched, looked at, anything. What is there something out there in life? There's got to be something where you thought, I could do that. It would be so much better if it did this. You know what I mean? If a fucking toilet did this instead of this, or anything, whatever the fuck. So that is it. But thanks for tuning in, y'all, to Double Vision with Tom from Jerk of the Sun. Check it out. The podcast about anything and everything under the sun. And this was an episode of Double Vision. Peace! Hey, what up, y'all? This is Tom from Double Vision. Check it out. This is another double vision one, motherfuckers. Let's be right in here. Remember, always check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. This is double vision. Double vision is we're picking a topic, one of us is their say, and we pass it to the next person.